So change shape, added marker in. So what I want to do in this case is I want to play with changing the shape of the food here, which I think there's a couple different ways we can go about this. First of all, on each of these foods, we have it in draw here. Just use this this draw mode. I can change this, I think, to like 5.0, and that should make it like more of a square. Let's try it. Yeah, so it makes them like more diamond shapes. We might also be able to, instead of doing a circle, use more of like a random mesh shape. So I'm just doing a pure circle at this point in time. In GGEZ, so in GGZ under graphics, oh, you need mesh builder. Okay, so there's like, I could do a line. And that's just gonna be a slice of different points around the food. So we have line, we have circle, ellipse. Here's polyline. So this is just going to be a array of a slice of an array of points. And that's just a series of connected lines. So I could almost imagine, okay, I want a point here, 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 here. And that sort of just becomes a very interesting randomized. I can make it slightly random. And I can also do like other shapes. I could also do a rectangle or a triangle. What do you all think? Should I just do like a random points to make it sort of look like an interesting weird shape? Should I make a triangle or a rectangle? With the walkers are going to be circles that are different colors based upon their type. So I just want them not to be circles. I don't have a voting system, so just yell it in chat. What do you think you want? Alka says triangle. That's about as far as it gets from a circle. That is true. Everything else I do would probably look closer to a triangle. Chiroptical suggests weird shapes seem fun. Each rotten food would be a different shape. Well, each food would be a different shape then. Your name is a test? Well, I hope I passed it. Yeah, so like I can see that. I can also see the triangle because also these are static. And so they're not changing. Any other thoughts on You think it'd be neat if only the rotten foods had weird shapes. Chantilly, good morning. It would be great if the food or poison flashes. What do you mean flashes? Like blinking? Flashes. Like it's like changing color? Might have to look into like what I could do with GGEZ for this. Okay, so let's start with triangles, and if we have time, then we can look into other shapes. So triangles for the normal food, and then maybe other shapes for the poison food. Like maybe I can do like a weird triangle that's not triangle. Or an inverted triangle. Oh, so I don't need triangles. I just want a single triangle. Now this is weird. Creates a new mesh from a raw list of triangles. That's not what I want. So maybe I need polyline. So I can do point, like point, point. With upper left being, I guess, so it still needs to be like, know where the center is. So that's going to be interesting too. We need to be able to say where the center of this is. Let's do polyline. So in draw for food, we have this circle here. Instead of that, if I do dot polyline. Okay, so draw mode, we're gonna have a draw mode fill. Our points. So this is just gonna be an array, a reference to a slice of a vector or an array of the different points. So I'm gonna do that up here. Set points. We're gonna need point. We have point 2. This is gonna be an array, just a pure array. We're gonna have a point 2 new. So the X. So the first one we have a size. We need a width and a height also. Well, I guess like size works for this because it's gonna be even throughout. So let's say I assume our point, like the spot of it is in the center. So then I need to go negative up by half the size for this first point. So the X is going to be exactly at the center. So this is going to be let's just make this self dot location dot X. And then up is going to be self dot location dot Y minus self dot size divided by 2 pointer. So then to the right and down, so that'll be point 2 new self dot location dot X. We want to go down by half the size, so that's right by half the size, so that's plus self dot size divided by 2.0. So that's to the right, then to the down by half the size. So self dot location dot Y plus self dot size divided by 2.0. And then finally, to the left and down. So 0.2 new location.x minus self.size divided by 2.0 self.location.y plus. All right. So this gives us the points. It's going to be a reference to points. And we already have color here. And then we build it. It's upset with our build. Wait, so polyline returns a game result? Oh, so I have to question mark this. And then build works. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I save that. Let's see if we get weird triangles. I am getting triangles. This is way too small of a triangle though. What if we just don't divide it in half? What if we just make it the full size? So here's our triangle's food. Now that I look at this, I really do like the way that it looks completely different than the other foods. And so the last thing is, as it changes, sort of it fades away and it's going to come back as rotten. Do I want to? Oh, that came in as red this time. That's going to be very similar to the green. My color, like, I need to figure that out properly. I bet there's, let's see, what if I do this RGB? What if I do like only 10 and like 50, but mostly blue? So if it comes in, I could make it upside down. I could also use this polyline to just draw a different sort of random shape around it. So this would have to be, so we're going to be if self dot calories, let's just do greater than 0.0. So if we're greater than 0.0, we're going to return this. Otherwise, we're going to return something similar, but instead of these points, we're going to have a different set of points. Oh, I guess actually we only need to do this once, don't we? So hold on. You go back down here. if that self colors is this, otherwise. Okay, so we're going to do let points equals this again. Copy you, put you down here. No semicolon because we want this auto return. Semicolon goes down here. All right. So what shape do we want? We do have access to random, so we could do a random number generator and sort of like go out and make it look a little bit different. Maybe we can do that. Sort of like a corrupted triangle almost. So this is a normal pristine triangle. We need a random number generator coming in. So, which means we need our we have our rand prelude here. So RNG, thread range. Okay, so the top point is gonna be self.location.x. Let's do plus RNG. Oh, and we're not giving ownership. This is gonna be a mutable reference to it. RNG G gen range between negative like 5? No, 5.0. And then after we subtract the size from the y, oh, so that's going to be like the left and right. And the y is back up there. Why is that section wrapped in square brackets? Like right here? It's an array. So it's an array of 3 points. And this is an array of 3 points. So I'm thinking maybe just the x's on this one, so it'll be like left and right, but the same amount up. Yes, and so in Rust, in a block, if you don't have a semicolon at the end, it's an implicit return. So this is going to be, we're defining a variable points, and we're assigning it to the result of this if block. And so, okay, if it's this one, this gets returned. Otherwise, this gets returned. Yeah, so it is like a verbose ternary operator. All right, then there is, so we go up by the same amount and is like left or right. Then we're going to go right by the same amount. So right plus self size. And then this here, this goes right. This y will now be RNG gen range negative 5.0, 0. And then down, oh, okay, so then to the left and the same sort of amount up and down. So we're going to do the same thing here. Let's see how crazy this ends up looking. Oh, it doesn't like that. I expected 2 arguments to draw. What did I do wrong? This is in mod, so I did something wrong here. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm adding in RNG. So now I need to go tell mod and foods that in draw here, food.draw, we need to pass in. So that means in this draw, public function draw, we need RNG, which is in reference to thread range. Pass in RNG there. Of course, that means here in the library, we need to pass in self.rng. And you need to be a mutable reference. I don't know why my TriLetter reset. That looks a little bit weird. All right, so no problems anymore. Let's go ahead and restart. That extension uses your library? Awesome. Is it the chatbot library that you created? Oh, awesome. That is great. Okay, so I'm starting to see some. Oh, I kind of like what it did. You didn't create it initially, but you're the sole maintainer at this point. So it's really dim. But we can start seeing it. They're actually flashing back and forth. So we're sort of getting what Chantilly was suggesting. It's not flashing color. It's flashing physically because the random number generator is running every single frame. You're learning TypeScript for a rewrite? That's great. I love using TypeScript for JavaScript stuff. So I don't know if you can see them yet right now, is they're flashing around. I need to figure out like a good color, like RGB color for a really light blue. Like a bright blue. But they're sort of like mutating and flashing as they become poisonous. So I kind of like that. And I'll have to definitely figure out the what is it, like the food like color is still like a little bit messed up, but I think what we were going for is actually good. Tim Van Monero, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everyone. Unfortunately, I am going to be logging off pretty soon, but that's only because I need to go to work. I'll run this really quickly so everybody can see it. I know, it's sad. But what I have for everybody, so you can see what we got. I'm using Nature of Code book by Daniel Schiffman. We've got random walkers, randomly walking around. Tim Van Moore, you streamed for 14 hours. You're out. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Go get some rest. That sounds exhausting to me. And the random walkers run around. We have green food that they can eat, which will grow. It is in GitHub. I'll share the link in a minute. The food will slowly decompose and become rotten, and the colors are not right. I can barely see them right here. They sort of like flash and change their shape to show how they're rotten. They also turn blue. So I need to work on like the colors of this. And I'm on chapter 1 of Nature of Code. With each new chapter, I'm going to add a new type of random walker creature into this arena, and then they can eat each other and sort of see if they can survive and make it an ecosystem. So let me go commit this. So food becomes crazy mutating shape as it gets rotten. I'll push this up and we'll go to GitHub. What's my integrated terminal? So that's VS Code, it just the standard terminal in there. And I'm also running Oh My ZSH. So this is nature and code in Rust, and the code that we're working on is in the ecosystem project here. So here's a link to the code. You can play around with it, take a look. Anything else, leave comments in the issues. Even pull requests will be happily sort of like discussed at my next stream. Let's I'm gonna see. I don't have myself activated. Oh, I could. Let me check Twitch on my phone to see who else is streaming. See if there's a rating party. Go following. I mean, so nobody that I know. Visual Studio is streaming. It's their .NET conference. I don't really necessarily care about that. Yeah, I don't know anybody else who's streaming, and so I don't necessarily trust anyone to. And we've had some really bad experiences trying to raid in the past. Do I want to try your Asteroids Like game before you go? Yes. Give me. Let me go to a quick break really quickly. And that will give me the option to open up Discord. The Discord I'm opening up is CJ's Discord from the Coding Garden. If you haven't watched his channel on YouTube, highly recommend it. Super, super fun. Where is it in here? Is it share work? All right, so I can open this up again. All right. Oh, it's not Firefox. Okay, so copy. And you. Oh, that's cool. This is pretty hectic. I can only shoot up, can't I? I can't I can shoot in the direction I'm sort of moving a little bit, but I can't necessarily shoot like down. So it reminds me of like a lot of different genres sort of like mixed together. Oh, I can't die. I was expecting to like die if I'm not avoiding it. There's no real game mechanics for it. I mean, I can see this, like, this can be really fun. I can see this like coming together being really fun. So I look forward to like where you go with it. Dutch Dev Dude, well, thank you for like staying around a little bit. Have a good day. Most of the work was put together in 20 minutes. Well, that's pretty awesome. I look forward to what happens when you put a little bit more than 20 minutes into it. This also reminds me of oh, it's getting slow. Are you deleting all of the asteroids as they go off the bottom of the screen? I wonder. Then a couple of hours of fun on top of it. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm looking at particles now. When they hit each other. That is pretty cool. Yes, they are being removed. I wonder if you're running into a garbage collection problem where it's like too many things being garbage collected at one time. There's some code commented out at the bottom of the draw function. All right. Well, anyways, this is pretty cool. I do have to go to work, so I am going to leave it at this. We're not going to rate anybody because I don't necessarily trust that I can do it right without screwing it up like I did the last several times. So instead, thank you everybody for stopping by and taking a look, watching some Rust. I hope that I inspired some of you to check it out. Otherwise, I stream on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays early in the morning, usually around 6:45 a.m. Mountain Time until 8:15 Mountain Time before I head to work. And I mean, I'm working through the nature of code. I think next time we can go ahead and begin the chapter 2 stuff. So that'll be super fun. So I will see you all on Friday this week. And with that, switch to the ending screen, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.